Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dutch Petting Zoo. Today I'm joined again by Zoofluencer.
Hello everyone.
Yeah,
Hello.
and I'm excited he's back. And today, I am finishing the castle for the petting zoo because last time I basically left it half finished because I really didn't want to bother doing this. Covering the whole roof with basic shapes underneath it, so that you can actually see the roof from a distance. Because
It's gonna be an interesting job, I think.
well, it was less tedious than I thought. Luckily enough, the problem was that for the people who haven't seen last episode, I mean, check that out. That when you zoom out, the roof tiles would disappear because they're not meant to use, not intended to be used as a roof thing, right? So that was a challenge, but it's fixed now. It looks fine from a distance. You don't notice at all that there's something different than the roof tiles, so that's nice. And then what I also had to do this episode was build these roofs, these windows. That's what they're called. Around the rest of the castle, and basically just copied every roof window I made earlier. Just, well, it was easy to use, and the castle doesn't have a lot of different types of windows, so that was into my advantage. You can see the backside of the castle now is very empty and straight. I trying to fix that with this little tower here.
Ooh, another one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You actually changed the entire thing. There was also a window floating above the entrance.
Oh.
I thought you didn't need it anymore. So
No.
I randomly moved it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to delete that, I guess. Yeah. Actually, this building here, where this little part is actually in the real castle too, but I forgot to add last episode. But here it is, so it looks a bit interesting, and then some windows there, and yeah, the entire castle is finished now. Basically, I really don't know. Well, besides in the interior, possible interior, I don't know what to add on the outside. Maybe some more textures if we come to think of that, because it's still a challenge to make the castle look like it's not Minecraft.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that the actual thing looks like this. So yeah, you're using the metal things. I see. That's good.
Yeah, I changed those around, and then I realized, oh, the old ones are still wooden. So I might go back and change those too. But yeah,
Change it again.
Yeah.
Third episode on Jurre's channel. The castle again. Yeah.
No, it's basically finished now.
Okay.
I'm happy
Good,
for
good.
it.
It looks awesome. I really like it.
Thank you. Yeah, this is like 2 minutes more of me building the castle. I used these support beams on the side to make it a bit more interesting, and they're actually also in the real thing. I guess it's needed to support the brick wall. And also the building is kind of crooked, so I did that trick again where I took like the brick pillars and turned them slightly. Here you can see it, but that makes it look a bit more jank, to give it a word. And yeah, that's basically how I finished the castle. And then in the moats I added some plants, more moss. It's one of the South American mosses I basically placed on the wall, so it looks all a bit dated. It's still
a bit more green.
Yeah.
Shallow water.
I think the biggest challenge with the castle now is like what I'm doing here, like the texturing, so it doesn't look as new. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's all right where it is now. We might come back to it later, but not next episode, that's for sure. This.
I had the same problem with the very first episode. Of course, I created that. There's a pirate ship. I created the entrance area, of course, with the walls, and I also changed the colors of like 5 or 6 times. So we have to decide which color it's gonna be, because right now the entrance is a different color than than the castle.
Oh.
And it should be the same. I think.
Oh yeah, I think then we might need to change the entrance bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was actually looking at that today and I was it's really black compared to the rest of the builds.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I ended up with that color, but I also changed it.
That's an easy fix, right?
Yeah, true.
Oh, and the door here at the back, this is actually added way later than like when the castle was built initially. Because, well, it used to be like a hard to reach door to escape from or something, probably. Or to get the goods loaded into the castle, I don't know exactly. But yeah, that's added. And then I added this path because it's there in real life. But if I thought, should I add a real path or like a terrain path? But the real path looks weird. Especially if you use the natural path, it makes like these weird knobs on the side of it.
Yeah, exactly. I think you did a good job on that. Just use the dirt. That's
yeah.
I still hope they create something like a null path or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be cool.
Probably not.
No, you don't even have that in Planko, do you?
No. And then it was terrain time again to fill around with that. So, yeah, I just followed Google Maps to get the shape going. The only thing I think I did wrong is that I made it a bit too high, so now it's the same level as the fortress walls. And it should be like about half its height, so I might off camera go back there and make it a bit lower so it isn't as big. But that's the only thing. The rest is the same technique as the previous time I did this. With the advanced terrain tool, which is still really annoying to use. I got a lot of like me having frustrations with it because the mouse pointer wasn't showing up and stuff like that. And then actually have another moat outside of the moat. There's 3 moats.
It's just a lot of water.
A lot of water. Yeah.
It's the Netherlands, you know. It's water everywhere.
Yeah, I want to look up how that actually worked and why they did it. But there's probably a good reason for it. I mean, I get the moat around the castle and I got around the fortress, but the other one is just a bit excessive. Maybe for land vehicles, something like that, like cannons, so that they couldn't reach the castle or shoot at it. I don't know.
Might be. I don't know either.
Yeah, but it seems like an interesting thing. So yeah. Only issue now is there's so much water. Where are we gonna go put the petting zoo? Probably either a bit inside the castle and in this area where there isn't a lot of water.
I thought the idea was to get it mostly inside the.
Oh really?
Like around the fortress, but it's getting kind of small. But we can always change the terrain a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I guess if you're okay with that.
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But we can do we can still do a few things on the inside.
Yeah, everything is meant to be iterated on, so it's just first steps, and what looks good, and what doesn't look good can always be altered later. And I tried to fix this little point here. It was kind of challenging sometimes. And then the water is
really good. I think we almost covered the entire map, or not?
Yeah, it's a big area, and that makes it really tedious to actually like put all the foliage in. That's the rest of this episode basically, and I still need to figure out a way to make the hills themselves look a bit more interesting, because you can't place reeds there. It doesn't make sense. And bushes also look kind of out of place sometimes. So I don't know. We'll have to see something for that. But you can see it's a bit too high. The terrain. Yeah. So I'm gonna lower that.
That's quite an easy fix, I think.
What's that?
Yeah, that's quite an easy fix.
Yeah, it's an easy fix. I was also looking at what kind of trees I should place on the grass bit here. I just used the ash trees, I think.
I think I used them at the
road
area.
Yeah. And then
they always look good.
They always look good. Yeah.
So that's why.
And then that's the fun part of doing all the reeds everywhere, and more trees and more reeds. This is basically what this area around it is. But I really want to go there in real life now. Now the corona restrictions are like...
Is it open yet? I wasn't sure.
Maybe that's actually something I want to
yeah.
look into. But then I'm just gonna take a lot of pictures, and I actually know what the surrounding area is. Well, it's probably just grass and like pastures and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, we have Google, but maybe there's unique things like little gutters where like little mechanisms. How do you sluice?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So stuff like that might be interesting to look into to make it the surrounding area a bit more interesting. Of course, and we can put sheep there, stuff like that. But yeah, I might have to look a bit more into that. And then I put a lot of water petals here, because normally it's like covered in algae. Is that the word? Everything is green, but this seems like a nice in between. So yeah, I used a lot of that. What did I do else in this episode? Not sure. Just like covered it up, made sure it looked nice. And that we have the blueprint of what can come next. So I really want to start working on the petting zoo now. I've got a few ideas now, and I also wanted to build a freight ship, but
in the river.
Didn't make it into this episode. You know,
it ended up as a pirate ship.
Yeah. Okay, and that's it for this episode, people. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the previous and the next episodes on Zoofluencer's channel. I'll link it here in the what's it called? The
description.
No, not in the pop-up. Top right of the screen, the little info card. Oh, it's a card. Yeah, okay. And I'll see you guys next time then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.